Swish Edition.
You can do it, homie. Get your grind on it. I got to do it, baby. I got your grind on it. I didn't do it, baby. Then now I grind on it. You can do it, homie. Then now I grind on it. I got the hot music here. Plus I got magic here. Down. Yeah. Who? Yeah.
Swish Edition in the house.
What? Beer.
How you doing, Dale?
All right. How are you?
Got a new beginning this week.
I see that.
It's episode 319.
What?
Crap. 319 episodes of the Swish Edition. Over 11 years, that's really not that much.
I was going to say, it hasn't been a year yet.
Yeah. Hasn't been a year yet. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, welcome back, y'all. We're excited that you're here. This is our last episode. No, just kidding. It's our last episode before our vacation.
There you go.
Yeah, so Dale and I are going on a vacation. We deserve it. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single time we go, even if it's back to back, we deserve it.
So where are we going?
I was trying to think of something funny, but there's nothing funny about Key West.
We're going to Key West, man. I'm super excited. So next week, we will be in Key West.
We're going to be a conch for a week.
Right?
I think that's what they call themselves.
The Conch Republic. Conch.
Conch.
Conch. Conch.
Conch.
Conch. Conch?
I think it's conch.
I think it's conch.
I don't know.
I don't know. But we're going there.
There's chickens.
We're flying on a jet plane going to Key West, Florida, which I'm excited about.
I'm going to take a picture of every chicken I see.
I hope you do. And you should post it to the, Instagram, the Facebook?
Yeah, one of those things.
TikTok?
The TikTok.
Yeah.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homies.
You know, I'm loving the loving the TikTok. Just before we started taping the show, I was listening to watching TikTok.
You can get lost in that thing.
You can spend hours and hours and hours watching that shit. One of the things that has been on TikTok this week is the Go Topless Jeep weekend.
Yeah.
You saw this earlier.
I did.
Now, Dale, I don't know if you guys out there in Swish Edition land know, but Dale Blades owns a Jeep. And just this weekend, we took the top off.
Yeah. I have a 2020 Rubicon, and we had some guests here this weekend. So and it was it was actually the perfect weekend.
It was gorgeous.
And we had nieces and nephews here, and we took the tops off, and we went for a little drive, and it was a lot of fun.
And you actually let my nephew drive. He's only 15.
Yes.
And you let him drive.
You say he's your nephew?
Well, technically.
Is he not mine
by
either?
Blood. Yes, he's your nephew by marriage.
Anyway, he's 15, and he tries to be cool.
Dude, you made his year.
You
made his year by letting him drive your really cool Rubicon.
Yeah, and with the top down. I mean, not a lot of kids have the opportunity to not only drive like that at 15, but to be able to have a cool car like that with the tops down. I think that was the coolest part about the whole thing.
I think so too. Yeah. So I was talking about the topless Jeep weekend because that's what happened this weekend in Galveston, Texas. Mm-hmm. It was the Go Topless Jeep weekend down there. Over 100 people, though, were arrested as a part of this event. Basically, most of them were arrested because of minor offenses like public intoxication while they're driving. Right. So basically, this is Jeep enthusiasts gather every year and drive their Jeeps up and down the beach, right?
Yeah.
More than 1,100 people participated this year.
And the thing is that if you own a Jeep, you know about these things. This is not the only one. I mean, they happen all over the country. There's all kinds of Jeep events.
Well, this is your first Jeep that you've owned. So do you think you're going to start getting involved in these Jeep events around the country?
I mean,
Are we going to travel for Jeep events?
no, I don't know if we would travel. I mean, we could do something that might be, a few hours away. The thing is, the embarrassing thing is I don't know 100% on how to use the damn Jeep.
Well, you're learning. You're learning a little bit more every day. We did
Yes,
manage to take the top
I could take
off.
the tops off. I could take the doors off, and I can go forward and back.
You can drive it.
But there are lots of buttons on the interior that I have no idea, and I've never pushed before, and I have no idea what the hell to do.
Don't know what they do. All right, we need to learn those things. But it is kind of cool, and we've talked about this on the show before, I think. There's this whole waving thing.
Well, yeah.
Which I think is really fun. When I've taken your Jeep out to go to the store or something, I get very upset if I don't pass another Jeep on my trip.
Right.
Because I want to wave at them, because that's a thing.
It's a thing. And it took me about 2 weeks of ownership wondering why the hell these people were waving at me.
Right.
And so I Googled it, and it's a whole thing.
All right.
And depending on the weather and depending on the situation of your Jeep at the time, like if the tops are off, but your windows are up, you don't just wave at the steering wheel window. You're supposed to put your hand, I think, up out of the top.
Right.
And then if the windows are down, you're supposed to wave out. There is a whole thing.
There's a whole thing.
And apparently the dirtier your Jeep, the more
cred you get.
Cred, yes,
Right.
that's the right word. The more cred you get, because Jeeps are meant to be dirty. They're meant to be used.
Yeah.
And
Well, yours is certainly dirty because we leave it out on the driveway.
Yeah,
and
but
birds poop on it.
Yeah, but mine's not dirty in the sense that the way it probably should be dirty. Exactly. So I don't know if I get that cred.
You're a dirty boy, Dale. Hey, there's some Ellen news. You guys already know about this. Ellen DeGeneres' talk show is coming to an end with its 19th season. Not a big surprise here, I don't think. Ratings are down 40% this year, her 18th, based mostly on the negative reports of a toxic workplace. You guys all heard about that, came out earlier this year. She hoped to announce on her own terms, but it was leaked by the media, of course, as it always is, right?
There's no secrets.
Right, so she had to double down and say, yeah, it was my idea to stop the show. I don't know that it was necessarily her idea, though.
It may not have been.
It may have been the syndicators.
Maybe that's something that we won't know.
Right.
But yeah, if you're losing 40% of your audience, then you're not a good value for the markets.
She did an interview with Samantha Guthrie from the Today Show on NBC, and she said the backlash that she got from the toxic workplace shit was basically a coordinated effort to hurt her. She really believes that people are out to get her because of that. I don't know if that's really the case or if that's just her excuse.
And that's something we'll probably never know.
She also said it was her decision not to renew for another 3 years. So we don't know if that's true either.
Even if that were true, do you blame her though? Because you got to think
I would do the same thing.
That if you were Ellen, and that if you have these employees that are working for you that are out to get you, then I would just end everything.
I would do the same thing. But what she's doing is she's not ending it this year. She's going to do one more year.
Right.
So she'll be back in the fall with her 19th season. It'll be her final season. She'll get a whole year to say hurrah for me.
Right.
This is my last season.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. It's too bad she couldn't make it to 20, but
I know, that's what I was thinking. The same thing. It's like, why can't you be 20?
Kind of sucks to end with 19. Right. But you know what? The woman has more money than God. She's going to be fine. So nobody cry a tear for Ellen DeGeneres.
And I bet she's likely got something else cooking.
Well, she's got her Gamer Games. Is that going to continue? I don't know.
See, that's the thing. When something like this happens and your show is canceled because of basically an HR issue, is does everything else get canceled? Does everything else get canceled? Right. And that seems to be the way things are going now. Is once you're accused of something, even maybe you have a toxic workplace, but that doesn't mean that you can't work for the rest of your life.
Right.
But that seems to be the way things are going now. So who the hell knows?
Hey, I've been involved in toxic workplaces before, and I came out okay. So, just announced yesterday, AT&T is spinning off WarnerMedia into its own company. This is big news, Dale.
Huge.
Yeah, because basically WarnerMedia, what they're creating here is a company which will include Discovery and Media, Discovery, which is Discovery Plus, the new streaming service, along with HBO Max and CNN. So this will be its own company separate from like the movie production and the other stuff. And what they're doing this to compete with the Netflix and the Disneys of the world. Netflix and Disney are the two biggest streamers right now. Yeah. So I think Warner really wants to play in this field. So by putting Discovery and Warner together, they're becoming a bigger powerhouse than Netflix.
Yeah, and I honestly believe that the reason why this decision's being made is that the Warner Media company, yes, it's likely profitable, but I don't think it's been what AT&T thought when they bought Warner Media.
But putting it together may enhance their bottom line.
Yes.
They are Discovery and Warner are planning to spend $20 billion on content this year.
Yeah.
Compared to Netflix, which is spending about $17 billion on content. Mm-hmm. I still find that number ridiculous, $17 billion on content, but I don't know. I guess it's paying off for them, even with people sharing their passwords.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
We talked last week about Broadway shows coming back. Just between the last time we talked to you, Hamilton, The Lion King, and Wicked have all announced that they're coming back on September 14th, which is a day I remember because it's my friends Mark and Matt, the twins that I grew up with. It's their birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those shows are coming back on September 14th. Basically, this fall, Broadway will be back. So if you guys want to go to New York, see a show.
Time to go. Let's go.
Time to go. I didn't know this, but combined, the three musicals, Hamilton, The Lion King, and Wicked, have played more than 176 million audience members.
Jeez.
More than any other shows combined.
That's a lot of shows because those theaters are relatively small.
Yeah. Today's episode, this is funny. Today's episode is called Dicky Doozy.
Dicky Doozy.
Dicky Doozy. I didn't know this term until my father. It's funny, Dale, that my father taught you and me Dicky Doozy.
I was surprised he even said this.
My dad.
Yeah.
Who's like 74 years old.
Yeah.
He was here this weekend. We spent a wonderful weekend with my mom and dad.
Well, this was our postponed Mother's Day.
Right. So we postponed it a week.
Yeah.
We did it this weekend. Your mom was here. Your sister was here.
Yes.
My sister was here. My niece and nephew were here. My mom and dad were here. It was a crazy weekend of family. Yeah. So at one point, my dad said something was a Dicky Doozy. And we're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm trying to remember what.
My conservative dad.
Right.
Talking about the fact that when your belly gets too big and you can't see your dick anymore, that's called a Dicky Doozy.
He was basically telling on himself. But I was trying to remember the conversation that even brought this up, and I can't.
I can't either. But I was so overtaken with the fact that, and I wrote down on my notes, because, you know, all during the week, I keep notes on my phone about what I want to talk about in the Swish Edition, and I wrote down Dicky Doozy. And that's all I wrote. And then I was like, what the fuck is that? Oh.
See, I think that's something that we appreciate more because we knew who said it.
Right.
And we know him.
Yeah.
And maybe other people don't appreciate it, but it was so funny.
You and I have been lately kind of getting to that point of our lives where we need to be a little bit more conscious about what we eat, what we drink, how we live our lives. Health is starting to catch up with us. Dale and I are literally trying to adapt a Mediterranean diet.
Yeah.
Just to kind of keep our cholesterol down, and fish is better than beef, that kind of stuff. But I'll tell you, I'm getting a little stomach, and I don't want to look down and not see my Dicky. So I don't want a Dicky Doozy.
You don't want a Dicky Doozy.
No. So that's why today's episode is called Dicky Doozy, because I want you guys to look down and see your nether regions. You should.
You should be able to see it.
At least be able to suck it in and see it, right?
Right.
But isn't that why they made mirrors? You know, I kind of get a little thrill when I get out of the shower and I'm like,
that's
oh,
why they
look,
made mirrors, but
look at my dick.
I think that maybe was an unintended purpose.
It's kind of fun. When I get out of the shower, I'm like, oh, look, there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
There's the Dicky
Love it.
Doozy.
Speaking of Dicky Doozies, the 2021 inductees of the Rock and Roll. We just talked about this. We were just talking about Cleveland and why Cleveland rocks. It's because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is there. They just announced the 2021 inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I agree with most of these. Some of them I don't know.
Right? No.
But the first one is Tina Turner.
That second one I don't know.
Okay, duh. Tina Turner belongs in there.
Well, yes.
It's surprising that she had to wait until 2021 to be in there. Todd Rundgren? Do you even know who that is?
Rundgren? I have no idea.
Carole King,
I know.
we know.
Yeah.
Jay-Z. The Go-Gos,
Yes.
of course. And the Foo Fighters.
Nice.
Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters was previously inducted in 2014 as a part of Nirvana, which is cool. So he's been inducted twice. I bet that's happened before.
Wow.
A couple times.
Yeah.
Acts are eligible after 25 years since their first commercial recording.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
So you have to. So that's why Britney Spears hasn't been inducted.
Right.
Yet. It's 20. Will she get it? How come Madonna's not in there yet?
Madonna sucks.
Anyway, so Tina Turner probably is the coolest. Go-Go's, of course, they deserve to be in there.
Right.
Others that were nominated did not make it, which is kind of surprising. Iron Maiden, Shaka Khan, Rage Against the Machine, Mary J. Blige, Kate Bush, Devo, New York Dolls. I don't know that, and Dionne Warwick. Dionne Warwick is a rock. I don't know that she belongs in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She's more like easy listening, right?
Easy listening / weirdo who tells fortunes.
Do you know the way to San Jose? LL Cool J is also going to be the winner of the Musical Excellence Award.
Nice.
But he's also on NCIS Los Angeles, right?
Yes, but
With Chris
O'Donnell. His most current thing is the thing where celebrities go and do like karaoke and dance.
Oh, I would love that show.
It's
the
a
lip
fun
sync battle.
Lip sync battle. That's the one.
Love that show.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be looking forward to watching that inductees.
Because I don't think NCIS
show.
Los Angeles is like.
It was just on last night. Oh, was that a repeat?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a current show anymore.
Oh, okay. Is it not on anymore?
I don't know. I don't think so.
All right. There's a new thing happening in Rome, which is in Italy. You guys know Rome?
Yeah.
I want to take you there. I think you'd really like it.
I want to take you there.
I've been like there 3 times.
Yeah.
I love it. And I think you and I should go.
I haven't been yet.
So there's this new thing called Mr. Go Pizza. It's a vending machine that makes pizzas. It costs between $5.20 and $7.20. The machine kneads the dough and cooks it right in front of your eyes, and then it comes out. It's a vending machine that makes
like a little
pizzas.
personal pan pizza,
Yeah.
like a little 6-inch pizza.
The reviews by customers of the machine range from acceptable, if you're in a hurry, to outright horror,
Yeah.
which I get because pizza is.
See, when someone says that it's acceptable, I can take that. But when someone tells me that they went to a pizza vending machine and it was outright horror, that tells me you're a snob, and for no reason whatsoever, because it's fucking pizza.
But from a vending machine in
Right.
Rome,
Right.
Well, it makes me want to go to Rome even more just to try it out. Vending machines are all the rage in Japan.
I know.
You've heard this, right? They have
Yes.
vending machines for everything. They even have vending machines for used underwear.
Yeah.
Like literally, you can buy used underwear out of a vending machine.
I've seen that.
Go into a private space and sniff it.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if you and I are always looking for business ideas, right?
Yes.
What if we start the dick sucking vending machine, where like you put in a couple bucks and you stick your dick in a hole and it gets sucked? Would that work?
Is there someone? Are you going to like lock someone in the machine?
No, it would be a machine.
Or is it like a robot?
It would be
with,
like a machine.
flashlight
thing.
thing.
It would be a machine. But what I want to know, who's going to clean this machine?
Right, exactly.
Right?
You just have to hire someone for like $5 an hour.
Right. Some kid. First job. What was your first job on your resume?
Oh,
I cleaned cum out of a
flashlight.
flashlight vending machine. Old is new again, Dale.
Yeah.
This just came out last week since we last talked to you. Barbie's getting a facelift. Did you hear about this?
No.
Mattel, which was one of the biggest toy companies in the country, they've announced a new program called Playback.
Okay.
They basically want you to return your old toys. They're going to recycle them and make them into new toys.
Oh.
Mattel says the program is designed to recover and reuse materials from old Mattel toys for future Mattel toys. Can I even speak?
I was going to say.
Yeah. The initiative also supports the company's goal of using 100% recycled material in their new products. They're hoping to do this by 2030. They don't want to use any new stuff.
Right.
Only recycled stuff.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. To participate in the program, customers only have to go online and print out a free shipping label. It doesn't cost you anything to send your old fucking Barbies back.
So just to confirm, like, so when you go and send your Barbie back, you're not getting anything in return. You're just doing a nice deed.
You're doing something for Mother Earth.
The environment. Okay.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Mattel is currently accepting Barbies, Matchbox cars, and Mega Toys for recycling. Other brands will be added soon. They are doing it only in the United States right now and Canada, but they want to extend it to France, Germany, and the United Kingdom soon. So
Nice. I think this is a good thing.
I think it's really good.
Yeah.
And speaking of toys, we just bought Pokemon cards for
Pokemon.
Pokemon. What did I say?
Pokemon.
Pokemon. I like to pokey the man. Pokemon cards are
Mr.
hot.
Pokemon, Television.
They're super, super hot right now.
They are.
So I bought cards,
Can
sets.
yes.
No, you want to interrupt me? Go ahead. Go ahead.
That they have become so popular that Target has stopped selling them.
That's part of what we're about to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I bought sets of Pokemon cards for my niece and nephew this weekend. They were not excited about it.
No.
Did not understand why it was doing it.
It's one of the, you're either in it or you're not.
This is why. Interest in the trading cards has currently experienced a huge boom for no friggin' reason. It's been years and years since anyone gave a shit about this. But the new Pokemon cards and sports cards are selling at high prices these days. One of them has gone so far, it's sold as high as $250,000 for this card called a Charizard. Charizard. So it makes
Charizard.
It makes me want to go out and buy as many packs as possible to try to figure if we can get one of these $250,000 cards. Yeah.
That would be great.
Both Target and Walmart has decided not to sell them anymore because of violent outbursts that have happened at their stores with people trying to like fight each other for these fucking cards.
And so I knew a little bit about this story because they first started with limiting each person was only allowed to get one.
Yeah.
And that didn't solve any problem. So then you just stop selling them, period. No, right. I get it. Who wants to deal with that shit?
Well, when I was at Walgreens, which is like a CVS kind of, everybody knows what Walgreens are, right?
It's not like you're saying, I went to Dwayne Reed.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know what Dwayne Reed is.
That's a New York thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So at Walgreens, they had a sign that said 2 per customer. So I bought 2.
Yeah.
And they were $5.99 each. And I got a pack on my desk. I think we should open it up and see if there's a $250,000
Well, you need to call the
card.
kids and say, you need to tell me what you have.
Yeah, please tell me what you have.
And then be willing to buy it back if there's a Charizard.
I didn't do the research until after I gave the cards to the kids. One kid left their cards here, so they're on my desk. And the other kid took them home. So we need to figure out if the kid that took them home took home something that's worth a lot of money.
Right.
That's right. You remember Bring It On, right?
I do.
Bring It On was the cheerleading movie that came out in the year 2000. Shit. 21 years ago, Dale.
Bring It On has almost like a cult status, too.
This was Kirsten Dunst and Gabrielle Union, the cheerleading movie. I love it. I could watch it right now.
The Toros.
It's so good, right?
There must be some Toros in the atmosphere. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. So they're making a sequel to it. They've already made 2 sequels. There was one in 2004. There was one in 2017. Not with the original cast, but they used the same name. But now they're coming out with a new one. It's going to be on the Sci-Fi Network. It's called Bring It On Halloween.
Nice.
It's a slasher film.
Nice.
Where the cheerleaders have to figure out why their friends are disappearing. They're being slashed. So it's kind of taking the 2 genres and mixing them up.
I think that's fun.
But just recently, Kristen Dunst said that she would be up for starring in a reboot or a sequel. So maybe Sci-Fi should get on the phone and call her and say, hey, you need to be part of this.
Right.
It's coming out.
I'm telling you,
Halloween 2022.
that has
so
like a
next
cult
year.
following just because of the like people like recite quotes from that movie.
Yeah. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Because it wasn't that great, but I mean, you got to look at what was that lesbian movie?
Lesbian movie?
The Heathers.
Oh,
Like,
why is that a lesbian movie?
That's a stupid movie, and it has like a cult following.
Yeah, but there was nothing lesbian about that
I know,
movie.
but that's what people call it.
All right, I want to skip down to what a mess. I want to talk about this mask thing. Everybody's talking about it. Many states are lifting their mask mandates completely for those who are vaccinated. But I just want to talk about the fact that this is going to be such a friggin' mess for
It's going to be a shit show.
for the next couple weeks, maybe for the next couple months.
Right.
Because people are going to want to not wear the masks,
Right.
like Ricky Schroeder,
Who are not vaccinated
right? And
and say they
they're
are.
going to go to a private business that wants you to wear your mask, and there's going to be fights. It's going to be such a mess. Already, Walmart and Trader Joe's have already announced that they're eliminating masks. So you can go to Walmart and not wear your mask. You can go to Trader Joe's and not wear your mask. But if you go to Target, you got to wear your mask.
Yeah.
If you go to Food Lion, you got to wear your mask.
Right.
So if you go on a subway or an airplane, you got to wear your mask.
Right.
So basically, you got to have a mask in
Just
your
keep one in your pocket.
You got to have one in your pocket just in case. But here's the crazy thing that happened just this week. You know how I love Bill Maher from
Yes.
HBO. Bill Maher, along with 7 of the New York Yankees players, tested positive last week for COVID, even though all of them were fully
It
vaccinated.
happens.
So it can happen.
It can happen.
Now, none of them had any symptoms at all. Bill ended up canceling his show for last Friday,
Yeah.
so we didn't get to watch it. You know, this is going to continue to happen.
Of course.
People, if you didn't test, then they wouldn't even know, right?
Right.
Because there's no symptom, completely
Right.
asymptomatic. I don't know. So, are these vaccines working?
They're working. I
they're
mean,
working by keeping you
can't,
safe.
You can't start the conspiracy even like with the flu shot. Yes, I got the flu shot, but damn, I got the flu this year. Even after
Right.
it's not 100% for everybody, but it is helping.
Yeah. But I do think that over the course, so here we are halfway through May, right? I think that May, June, July is all going to be about, the number one news story is going to be about mask fights.
Yeah,
Mask fights are going to be
I totally agree.
the shit.
Totally agree.
You and I are going to Key West next week.
Because people aren't going to be honest,
Right,
And
but-
because people suck.
All right, but we're going deep into Florida where there are no rules.
There are no rules,
So
it
we
doesn't
probably
matter for
don't
us.
need to worry about it.
Yeah, but we are fully vaccinated.
We are fully vaccinated, so I feel good about it. And if we do go to restaurants or walking up and down the street without our mask, I'm not going to feel guilty about it.
But like you said, I think we will carry one.
Yeah, I'll have one in my pocket in case
Yeah.
we go into a store that wants us to wear them, and I'll put it on.
I mean, because the thing about Florida is one thing, but Key West is a lot more liberal than the rest of the state.
very, very true.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we should keep a mask in our pocket.
True. Keep lots of things in my pocket. We always have to talk about Las Vegas on our
Yes.
show because we have a special place in our heart for Las Vegas. All of the MGM resorts in Vegas are now 100% capacity and no social distancing, but masks are still required. So you got to wear your mask in MGM. I wonder, Dale, because you and I have a trip.
I heard the rumor is that this is ending in July.
Yeah, we have a trip booked to go to Vegas for the middle of July. I wonder if they'll still have that mask mandate when we get there. We don't know.
I mean, we've already been. We went in March.
Yeah.
And yes, wearing a mask is not always that comfortable. However,
it didn't kill me.
When you're in Las Vegas, I'm occupied. I'm having fun. I'm gambling. I'm drinking. I paid no mind. To me wearing a mask.
It didn't really bother me.
It had no effect on me enjoying my time there.
Also, the big news is in Vegas is that the monorail, the Las Vegas monorail, after a year of being closed, is finally open.
Open.
You know, it was bought by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Bureau, which is basically the city.
Yeah.
And they are going to be open and running by Memorial Day weekend. They're going to run from 7 a.m. You guys don't care about this.
No, but that's a good thing.
It is really great.
Because if you are fans of Las Vegas, you go frequently. You can imagine how busy the streets are not a lot. The monorail is not even used that much.
It's really used for people that are going to conventions.
Right. Yeah. But it does take some of the stress off the streets.
Yeah.
And so you could see a little bit of a difference there.
I love it. I've ridden it dozens and dozens of times.
It's convenient.
I think it's really cool. Yeah. Anyway, we love Vegas and we can't wait to go back. I think it's 2.5 months away. We're excited about going back.
I don't even think it's 2 months.
Maybe it's not that long. But Florida.
Maybe like 6 weeks.
Florida's much closer.
Yeah.
We got to let you guys know that we are off next week because we are going on vacation. We're going to Florida. But we'll have so much to tell you when we get back, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, we'll be back on June 1st. That'll be our next episode.
June already.
Yeah, that's right. Immediately following today's episode, which is why today's episode looks so long when you're looking at it on your phone. Or why is it so long?
Right.
I'm tacking on an episode of the Binge Bum Podcast to the end of this show so that you guys can get, if you haven't not listened yet to Dale's show, because Dale came up with the show all on his own. Yeah. Dale and I host the show. It's all about streaming video. We do
important now. It's streaming originals.
We talk about HBO Max. We talk about Paramount Plus. We talk about Netflix. We talk about Amazon Prime, Hulu, all of it. And I think it's a great show. We do it every Friday.
It's a lot of fun.
We're going to do one this Friday, but the one you're about to listen to is last Friday's show.
Yeah.
If you like that, listen to this Friday's show. Please rate it, listen to it. I think you guys will really enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ran out of music, but
bye, y'all.
All right, here's the Binge Bum Podcast. We'll be back on June 1st.
It's the Binge Bum Podcast. Whoa, it's time to talk about our favorite shows from all the streaming networks all across the globe, from Netflix to Hulu to Disney Plus and HBO. Get ready for fun and lots of show reviews. It's Binge Bum coming to you.
Hey, bingies.
Hi.
Bingies. Is that a new word?
Maybe. I like it.
Hey, so
I would just say, hey, bums.
Hey, bums.
That's what I usually say.
I like that, too. Hey, it's Friday, May 14th, and this is episode 18. We made it to episode 18.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Are you excited about taking over today's show?
I am taking over today's show, and if you guys hear the dogs barking in the background, we're sorry about that, but sometimes they do that.
Maybe my fruit roll-ups are here.
Did you order some fruit roll-ups?
No, I'm just kidding. Sounds good, though.
There's always something being delivered to our house.
I love it.
Anyway, we're excited to be back for another episode. I actually wrote this script, so that's why I'm talking more.
I was a little under the weather.
You're good now, though.
I feel very good.
I'm glad that you are feeling good because we've got lots to watch.
I like it.
We've got lots of stuff to watch this weekend, too. And we've got a very busy weekend, so I don't know how much we're going to actually watch. But
well, the thing is, we don't have... Right. We do have a busy weekend. We don't have to watch it this weekend. No. We can watch it this week.
Right. There's stuff I want to watch. We're going to get to that in just a moment. But first, let's get to the news. The one where they get back together.
Uh-oh.
That's what they're calling it. Just yesterday, HBO Max released the teaser trailer for the long-delayed Friends reunion special. Very excited about this, Dale. I'm excited about this deal, and I'm excited about this Dale.
Just so you know, I've been called that countless times. I used to work at a bank, and I worked with someone who was from Singapore, and she pronounced my name as Deal.
Deal. All right, Deal. I know what the deal is.
Just so you know.
I know what the deal is with Dale. Anyway, we're talking about the Friends. And finally, this has been delayed a year, Dale. Seriously. But now Friends, the reunion, is finally going to debut on May 27th on the 1-year anniversary of the launch of HBO Max.
Hey.
So that's kind of fun.
Oh, man, the time is flying.
So we put up the teaser trailer on the Binge Bum Facebook page so you guys can see it. You probably have already seen it already. I know that both Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox both put it up on their Instagram pages. Each one of them got like 2 or 3 million likes.
Wow.
So people already know about this.
People are excited about this.
This was the show that was originally set to film back in February of 2020 because of pandemic. It was pushed back. They finally filmed it this April. And all the stars are back. Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, and of course David Schwimmer. They're all back. And they're not playing their characters.
That was my question to you. So are they actually filming like an episode, or is this like a get-together and a talk?
Yeah, they're just getting together and reminiscing and
that's kind of fun.
Talking about the show, and I assume there are going to be lots of clips.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge Friends fan, but I like this idea, especially if they're sitting on their big red couch, right?
Yeah.
You got to do that.
Well, what's amazing is that I posted these pictures a while back. They rebuilt the original sets of the coffee shop and Monica and Rachel's apartment on the original stage 24 on the Warner Brothers studio lot in Burbank for this special. So they rebuilt the entire set.
Wow.
Because it was gone. It was struck.
Right.
It was gone, and they rebuilt it from scratch, which is kind of fun, right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't have it, so they had to rebuild it from pictures and video, obviously.
Oh, you think what?
They kept it? You think they put it in a vault or something?
I would say that a sitcom like Friends, you just don't let that all of that stuff just go away. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know where it would go.
I'll do a little research and maybe I'll tell you guys next week if it's the real stuff or not.
If you owned the Wallace Studios and you had a sitcom like Friends,
and it went on for 10 years.
And it went on for 10 years, and you knew kind of what you had in the bag.
Yeah.
There would be certain iconic pieces that
I'd put in storage
somewhere, right? You just wouldn't let it go.
Right. Just like I have my Scott
like the big red couch. You got to keep that couch forever.
Exactly.
Even if it sat in the receptionist room in your office.
There you go. Well, anyway, the special is going to be on May 27th. That's when HBO Max will be letting people stream it.
Nice.
Guest stars include David Beckham, which is bizarre. Some of these names are bizarre. Justin Bieber, James Corden, Cindy Crawford, Lady Gaga, which is all of those are weird to me. I don't know why they would be involved in this, but they are. And then others that will mean a lot to people who watch the original series. Elliot Gould, who played Monica and Ross's father. Christina Pickles, who played Monica and Ross's mother. Tom Selleck, of course, who played Richard, who dated Monica for a season. Reese Witherspoon, who played Rachel's sister. Maggie Wheeler, who was Janice. And, of course, you cannot forget James Michael Tyler, who was Gunther. He was the guy who worked at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
All throughout the entire run, right?
Nice.
So this is going to be fun. Sources close to the project told Variety magazine last year that each of the 6 stars received $2.5 million to participate in this special.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Do you remember the name of the coffee shop?
Yes, of course. Central Perk.
There you go.
In 2020, all 10 seasons of Friends left Netflix and joined HBO Max in a deal that is rumored to have cost WarnerMedia over $400 million for the rights to the original series, which is what?
Wow.
$400 million? It's amazing. Friends is one of the most watched shows of all time.
Right. And we do this show because we love streaming originals. That's what I've built this show around. However, there is
a market,
statistics to support that a lot of people, we do the same thing.
Yeah.
You watch reruns of your favorite shows.
What have we been watching for the last 2 months?
And why?
The Golden Girls.
Right. And why is that? Is it because
it's a comfy, happy
it's comfortable,
place.
right?
Yeah.
Right. Because you're not watching anything new. I mean, we watched The Big Bang Theory. I have literally watched that. I'm on my 4th time around on that series.
And I could do the same thing with Dallas. I could do the same thing with X-Files. I could do the same thing with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I continue to consume these products that I think they're great. Should we move on?
Yes.
Because we do have more news.
Yes. And I'm digging this next. The more news, there's more every day, or every week, there's more trickling out about this.
Right. So we're moving from HBO Max over to Netflix. We got a lot of Netflix news today, but this is really cool, guys. So Netflix bought the rights to air the next 2 Knives Out sequels. So they're going to have Knives Out 2 and Knives Out 3 exclusive to Netflix. Apparently, they spent $400 million.
Wow.
That's a popular number today, right? So Daniel Craig will return to play Super Sleuth Benoit Blanc in the sequel to the amazing, I loved it, Knives Out. And it was just announced this week that both Edward Norton, who we know from a million things like Fight Club and The Italian Job.
He plays a very good villain.
He's a very good villain.
And someone that you just love to hate.
Yes. And apparently I hear that he is not very nice in real life.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Well, I sat next to him in a restaurant once.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did I ever tell you that?
No.
So back when he was dating Salma Hayek.
Okay.
I sat next to him at Shutters on the Beach in Santa Monica. He was at the very next table with Salma Hayek. They were right there.
Nice.
I could reach out and touch them. We had brunch there.
I've heard about that restaurant, Shutters.
And he just seemed like an asshole.
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel bad about that, but Salma Hayek, not an asshole.
Well, he's playing the best part. Because I like him in those roles. Like in Italian Job.
Yeah.
He was a dirtbag.
He's very good at that.
Yeah.
So not only did they cast Edward Norton in Knives Out 2, but they also announced that Kathryn Hahn, who we know from Bad Moms, which we talked about last week, and she was also in WandaVision on Disney.
Yes.
So she's going to be in this next one. Apparently the plot is being kept very secret, but they are starting to film in Greece this summer, so it might take place in Greece.
All right. I got to ask you, just so we can ponder for 3 seconds before we move on.
Sure.
Kathryn Hahn, what would you want her character on Knives Out to be?
I don't know.
I kind of want her.
anything.
I kind of want her to be the bad mom.
Right.
Funny. I don't know. What's it gonna be?
I don't know. I mean, we have no idea what it's even going to be about. So,
I like her a lot. She's great.
We know that Jamie Lee Curtis and all these other James Franco, they're not going to be a part of this. So it's all a whole new cast except for Daniel Craig, who will continue in each one. So there we go. We'll learn more about that.
Maybe they'll be on an airplane this time.
Right. I think we're looking at 2022 before we see this movie.
Probably.
Number 2. Jamie Bell has joined the cast of Shining Girls, which is a new series for Apple TV+. You guys know Jamie Bell. He kind of had a breakout role in Billy Elliot.
That's what he's best known for.
He was also in Rocket Man and King Kong, but and other stuff. But he was really, really known for Billy Elliot. He's going to be in this new show for Apple TV called Shining Girls, which is a new series that they're putting together. Likely not to come out until the early to mid 2022 because they haven't even started filming it yet. This is based on a novel by South African writer Lauren Bjekis.
Yeah.
Does that look right? The show will be set in Chicago and involve a time-hopping drifter who hunts women as a way to continue his travels through time. But one of his targets then turns the tables by beginning to hunt him.
What?
Well, that sounds kind of fun.
Here's the thing, and I'm frantically going through IMDb because I have something to say about
Jamie Bell.
And it's not going to let me find it fast enough. Okay, I found it. This reminds me, because Jamie Bell was in Jumper.
Oh yes, which is another time traveling kind of thing. Yeah.
And this is what it reminded me of, and it has my favorite Christian Hansen. Hayden Christensen
from Star Wars.
Yes, and he was coming back.
Yeah,
apparently for something.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I love when you do that.
So
he's coming back for something.
Anyway, Jamie Bell is in another time hopping film.
Oh, he's coming back for the shit. It's right on the tip of my tongue.
I know. We've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. But anyway,
all right, we're cutting this whole part out.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, so that will be coming soon to Apple TV Plus. Now, Paramount Plus. If you guys don't have it,
don't get it.
No, stop that. They're really ramping.
They're getting better.
No,
they're
ramping up.
There.
So Paramount Plus plans to release an exciting original movie about every week starting in 2022.
Yes.
An original movie every week.
I love this.
They're also adding about 1,000 feature films in June, which is just next month, for a total of 2,500 movies that'll include James Bond, Skyfall, Mission Impossible series, a lot of other stuff. So they'll have about 2,500 original, 2,500 legacy movies plus an original movie every week.
I love this. Love it,
Yeah.
love it, love it, love it, love it. I can't wait because Paramount needs this.
Yeah.
Needs it. And I'm excited what they're going to bring.
They also made a big decision this week. Paramount Pictures, who obviously owns Paramount Plus, they've announced that a movie called Infinite, which is a sci-fi thriller starring Mark Wahlberg, will bypass theatrical release and go directly to Paramount Plus in late June. So they're not saying they're giving up on the movie theaters. Viacom CBS, which owns Paramount, obviously, they are determined to continue to make movies for theatrical release, especially since now mass mandates are going away. People are going to be going back to theaters. But streaming is where it's at, and they know where the money comes from.
Right. And there are a lot of people who I think are unhappy and do not like, especially Disney Plus is one of these. They've done this with the past 2 or 3 big films where it's called Premier Access, where it's an additional
you got to pay $25 to
$30 to rent a film.
Is it that much?
It is that much, and I get how people can become irritated and frustrated. But you have to know that it's all, this is a business. They got to make revenue. I love the idea.
Yeah.
I do not like going to the movie theater.
No, I don't either.
I'm not a big fan.
You know that I don't.
And if there were something that were coming out, TVs are getting bigger and cheaper every day. I'm down for paying $30.
Sure.
Because you're going to spend that much. I mean, if you're a single person, you're not going to spend that much. But
Maybe
typically,
not.
you're going to be sitting around a bunch of people watching this movie.
Right.
I think it's a good deal.
I think so too. Cool.
I think they should continue the dual releases.
I really do like Paramount Plus. I think you need to get on board. I think they're really ramping up and they're putting money into more original content. So
I'm
I think
rooting for them.
It's going to be better.
Yeah.
It really is.
I'm rooting for them.
But I've got some more. Well, let's go back to Netflix because they're the number one player in this game, and they've got a new series called The Gray Man coming. No, I'm sorry. This is a film. It's a film. It's apparently, reportedly, the highest costing film the streamer has yet to budget at.
What?
$100 million.
Holy crap.
For one movie. Filming is set to start in Los Angeles this month. It's based on a 2009 novel by Mark Gurney. Like the book, the film will follow a freelance assassin. His name is Gray Man, a.k.a. Court Gentry, who goes on a high-risk mission similar to James Bond and The Bourne Identity. So this will be kind of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Gurney, who wrote several books of the Gray Man series, if it does well, then maybe if the movie does well, then maybe they'll follow up and make more of them. Well, but here's the news that made this week. So we're season 1 Bridgerton fans on Netflix. Regé-Jean Page, who played the Duke of Hastings.
Yes.
He's been cast in the Gray Man movie.
This is why he's not on Bridgerton.
Along with Alfre Woodard, who we know from a million different movies like 12 Years a Slave and I mean, she's been in everything.
Yeah.
And then also Billy Bob Thornton.
I love Billy Bob.
Sling Blade, Bad
Man,
Santa.
When's the last time he's been in something? It's been
I don't
a
know,
while,
but
it seems
yeah,
like.
he's been in a lot of stuff that we love. They've all been cast in the movie, along with Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans, who were already announced several weeks ago.
Right.
So The Gray Man looks like it's going to be a great movie for Netflix. $100 million.
expensive, though.
That's a very expensive
Man.
movie.
This is $200 million.
Yeah. No, does it? 200 million?
Yeah.
Aye. The font is so slow, so small.
Oh my
All right.
God.
All right, we're back after this. So I've got some unqualified opinions.
Yeah, you do.
Is it okay for me to do it?
Oh, of course.
Because you didn't watch it.
No.
So
I
it's all
didn't.
me.
It's all you.
It's
this
all
time.
me.
Exactly.
So I watched The Big Shot with Bethany on HBO Max.
Finally.
Guess what?
What?
I loved it.
Really? Is it
Yes, I've watched all 4 episodes. The 5th episode will be out today.
good? Please tell me it's not like The Apprentice.
It's very much like The Apprentice.
I knew it would
So
be.
here's the story. If you guys don't know Bethany Frankel, so she started as a chef. She was an organic kind of organic chef in New York City. And she tried out for this show called The Apprentice Martha Stewart, which was the spin-off of The Apprentice show that NBC did with Donald Trump.
Uh-huh.
Martha Stewart only lasted 1 season. It didn't do well.
Yeah.
People didn't. But Bethany was on that show, and that's where she first got her first TV fame.
Okay.
She, of course, went on to The Real Housewives of New York City.
See, I didn't
on
know.
Bravo.
That's where I know. I didn't know she did the Martha Stewart.
And then
thing.
she started the Skinny brand.
Right.
Skinny Girl margaritas, and she's basically now worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
She sells clothes on HSN. She has margaritas. She's got shapewear. She's got jeans. She's got all kinds of stuff. And she's become a media mogul.
Yeah. No.
And a lifestyle mogul, basically. So now, tables turned. Here she is. She's the big shot person. And she's looking for a vice president to run her company.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually really like it.
Do you?
Because it's basically the same premise as The Apprentice with Donald Trump or Martha Stewart, where they're looking for someone to work for the company. But the tables are turned a little bit where she breaks all the rules. So she's much more involved than Donald Trump ever was in the different things that the people have to do each week. And she also is like, so she got rid of some guy in episode 1, but then in episode 4, she decides maybe like, oh, maybe I should bring him back.
Oh no! See, that would be frustrating.
Or she she decides that the cast is not exactly what she wants, so she brings in a sleeper person to like kind of mess with them. It's kind of fun, and I like it. And she's really she's legitimately looking for someone to help her run her business.
It wasn't but a week ago that she did an interview with Ryan and Kelly. And said just what you said. This is a TV show, but she is legit looking for someone. And she said that her biggest problem is social media. Yeah. Hates it, doesn't understand it,
doesn't know how to do it.
It's hard.
Right.
I mean, we have done this with these podcasts. Yeah. It's not an easy thing. And that's where people live now, as of now. And it's hard to get people to engage. I hate it.
Brands and companies have full-time people that manage their social media for them. You don't think Kim Kardashian has a full-time social media person? I bet she does.
And that's the thing. It's not about just going on your phone a couple times a day and just making a post. It's all about curating and the content and what picture to use.
It's a full-time job.
It's all about the branding. And
that's what she wants help with.
It's horrible.
Well, listen to me. Bethany Frankel is one of those kind of people that you kind love to hate. Exactly. Yes. So she has built this amazing brand that lots and lots and lots of people love, but she's very abrasive and she knows what she wants. Well, and she goes out and does it. Yeah. And I got to love her for that. I understand that people find that very abrasive. And she's like, I don't take any shit. I'll wear whatever I want. I'll say whatever I want. She cusses like a sailor. she does what she wants, but she's
Right.
very successful. When you're very successful like that, you can get away with shit like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like that you do have to sometimes be abrasive if you're a business owner,
Yeah.
but it's all in how you handle it and how. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
weird.
But you also have to be a larger than life character to make it in the world today. I mean,
Yeah.
look at these people like Donald Trump. Look what he
Right.
became. Look at people like Bethany, and look at people like Elon Musk, who
Right.
we watched on Saturday Night Live last week, and he is certifiably crazy, but he's also a multi-billionaire who's doing things that
It's
even NASA can't do.
It's these things that would people like if it was 20 years ago, these people with like big ideas, you call them fucking crazy.
Right.
But now they got money
Right.
and they could put some force behind it and make it reality. And then you're just like, okay.
So I am telling you guys, I think you should check out The Big Shot with Bethany. See, episode 5 drops today on HBO Max. I actually want to write an email to Elon. I think Elon Musk should do a show like this to find
Yeah.
the next guy who should go to Mars or something,
cool.
right? A
Yeah.
competition show.
I mean, I was pleasantly surprised and was entertained with this SNL.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was really fun.
And I was worried about it at first, but
we
it
don't
actually
talk.
worked out
We
well.
don't talk about broadcast TV on this show.
No.
Hey, we're also watching The Mosquito Coast.
Oh,
we just
God,
wanted
please.
to say we're 2 episodes in. I think there's 3 out so far, but we're loving it. Episode 2 is a little slow.
Yes.
but stick with it, guys. I think it's going somewhere, and I'm really excited about it.
I've always said you cannot make your mind up on a series on the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, Mosquito Coast is what network?
Apple TV Plus.
Apple TV Plus.
Yes.
And we're really digging it. We talked a lot about it last week, but we're watching it, and
With Justin Thoreau, it's a must watch.
episode 2 is hard. It's hard to get through, but it's worth it. It really is.
It's slow, but it has purpose.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. Do you want to talk about the new show announcements?
Let's do it.
You want to do one, or should I keep going?
Yeah, you go for it.
All right,
go for it. Because you love to hear yourself talk.
Well, that's what I've been doing for 11 years.
That's why you wear headphones. If you take your headphones off, then you wouldn't like enjoy this very much.
What? Come on now. How else would I hear my beautiful voice?
Exactly.
Sex/Life is coming to Netflix on June 25th, and it's an 8-episode series inspired by a book by B.B. Easton. The book was called 44 Chapters About 4 Men, which I think is kind of fun.
It's funny.
So I guess each chapter was each 11 chapters for each man.
Each man, yeah.
Yeah. Netflix's upcoming drama Sex Life stars Sarah Sahi as a horny housewife named Billy who's struggling with being a devoted wife and mother while craving a freer, wild days of her youth. So basically it's all flashbacks
Yeah.
to her sexier, kind of crazier days.
That could be fun.
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited about that.
I kind of feel like, I'm not a big fan of any series or film that has a lot of flashbacks. I find it boring. Just start the story from there.
All right.
And I feel like I like this concept, but I feel like this should be a woman about a wife and a mother who kind of hits
Rock bottom.
midlife crisis
Yeah.
and take the cue from the man. You know, the stereotype of a man who hits midlife crisis and buys what? They buy the car,
A Corvette.
divorced a wife, and
Yeah.
traded in for a younger one. Like, do that from the woman's point of view and go back and have fun and be crazy.
Maybe that's where they're going with this.
That would be fun to watch.
It's all female directors doing this series and mostly female writers and department heads exploring the desire from a woman's perspective. So that's kind of fun.
Well, I love this healthy dose of objectified and fetishized male.
I know, right? It's called a nostalgia-fueled, sparkly fever dream, rose-colored glasses view of the past, and the best sex you ever had.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's Sex
I like the
Life
concept, but
on Netflix.
what scares me is how they're going to do it with the whole flashbacks.
I'm excited. Well, let's check it out. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it in late June because that comes out June 25th.
Oh my goodness.
We're also talking about news, Muppets. You want to talk about Muppets?
Muppets.
Something for the whole family. Disney Plus announced this week that come October, they're going to be putting out a special called Muppets Haunted Mansion. So the Haunted Mansion, of course, is both at Disneyland and Disney World. The Muppets' first ever Halloween special, Muppets Haunted Mansion, will feature the Muppets cast, of course, and celebrity cameos, of course, and new music and spooky amusement for families to enjoy this fall.
Nice.
Muppets Haunted Mansion will take place on Halloween night when Gonzo is challenged to spend one night in the Haunted Mansion. Just a side note, another Haunted Mansion film is in the works to undo Eddie Murphy's horrible 2003 dud of a movie called The Haunted Mansion.
You know what?
I saw it. It was horrible.
I don't know if this is unpopular opinion or not, and I know that we just recently saw that new Coming to America movie.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's horrible.
Oh,
I've
no.
never, ever liked Eddie Murphy.
You do need to stop saying that because Eddie Murphy is one of my favorites. So what are you talking about?
I just find that his comedy is too over the top to where it's not funny.
No, he's had a couple.
I like subtle comedy, and it's not.
No, there's no subtlety about Eddie Murphy.
No,
you either
there's
love
not.
him or you hate him.
I think
but-
so.
All right. Let's move on because that's we'll talk about.
I struck a nerve.
You did strike a nerve.
struck
We'll
a
talk
nerve.
about Eddie Murphy when he does something on streaming.
Okay.
Apple TV has announced that coming in June they've got a story called
Lizzie's story.
Lizzie's Story, starring Julianne Moore and Clive Owen. I would love both of them.
Yes.
This is an 8-part series based on a Stephen King book, which apparently is people say it has one of the best endings of all Stephen King books.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this basically follows the story of a widow of a writer as she sorts through her late husband's study while fending off his obsessive fans. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know anything beyond that.
I mean, I find any series or films that are based off of Stephen King, I know he is supposed to be this great, great writer.
Yeah.
But I find them more misses than hits.
Love Stephen King.
I love Stephen King.
He's got a great book called On Writing, which is about writing and writing fiction, and I love that. But no, I'm not. Pet Sematary is probably my favorite, but
it just seems like
Carrie. I loved Carrie.
Right. It just seems like a lot of his are better with words.
Yeah, they're better as
and not
books.
on screen.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna tell you what to watch this week. It's time for Up Next.
Dale loves that. I think you love it so much we should play it again.
We're gonna tell you what to watch this week. It's time for Up Next.
I'm very excited about this one because it brings back one of my favorite people from sitcom land.
Yes.
Kim Fields.
Yes.
Who I originally fell in love with as Tootie on The Facts of Life back when I was a little bit of a kid. Did you ever watch Facts of Life?
I've watched some, but that wasn't in my what do you call that? It wasn't on my radar when it was on. I remember her more from
Different World.
No.
Living Single.
I was going to say in Living Color, but yes, Living Single.
Right.
Yes.
So the Upshaws is a new show from Netflix. It's out right now. It's a 10-episode series. It's basically a 3-camera sitcom. A 3-camera sitcom, like with an audience.
Yes.
Like Friends.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of sitcom. With Wanda Sykes. It's from her production company. Kim Fields is in it, plays her sister, and Mike Epps is also in it. He's hilarious. Basically, it just sounds like every other show on TV. It's a working class family in Indiana striving for a better life and a happy home after juggling everyday struggles.
I love this. I wish that these streaming platforms would do more series like this and more of the late night.
Yeah, well, this
because they could fill in a large gap.
Yeah.
And have this constant weekly new content that people want to subscribe to
So the
watch.
Upshaw is this comedy, this exact show, and if you guys can watch the preview on our Facebook page. It looks like any sitcom that might be on the Fox
Right.
network or ABC
And-
or NBC, and it happens to be on Netflix. So I guess they could say fuck if they want.
Right. And
Right.
Netflix is the only one that I know is doing this. I could be wrong, but they did this with The Ranch.
Yeah.
Remember The Ranch
Yeah,
with what's his name?
Yeah.
But that was also a 3-camera show with an audience, or at least a laugh track, as far as we know.
Yeah.
And it's worked well. It's been renewed for several seasons.
All right.
So I like this. We like sitcoms.
Yeah. Also, what we think you should watch this weekend is Jupiter's Legacy. I know it sounds silly.
You gotta say
and
that
it's
again.
Jupiter's Legacy.
There you go.
It's on Netflix also. It's an 8-episode series. It dropped May 7th, but we're talking about it now because it's gotten it's Netflix's #1 show right now, even though Rotten Tomatoes hates it. Rotten Tomatoes gave it like 36%.
I have never been a follower of, and you do this to me, and you do this to me all the time.
What is it?
Is that I would recommend the show. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just got horrible reviews. And then we don't fucking watch it.
I know, but you know why I like this? Because it's got Josh Duhamel in it. And I
Right.
love Josh Duhamel. So this is the superhero thing. We talked about it before on the show.
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about it again. But I'm excited about it. I want to check it out. We're going to at least watch a couple episodes to see if it's worth
from the
watching.
trailer, it looks
I just like Josh
elementary
Duhamel.
and childish.
I don't
and
know. We'll find
dumb.
out. Let's find out.
But it could be great for
Yeah.
all I know.
Also, this weekend, you guys should check out Hacks with Gene Smart. We talked about it on the show already. Very, very excited about it. That's HBO Max. It dropped yesterday, May 13th. Excited about that. It looks really good.
Yeah.
I think that's on our list of things to watch tonight, Dale.
It's on our up next.
Yeah. Also, just breaking right before we
Dun,
went
dun, dun.
right before we went on the air, Disney Plus announced a new show from Wolfgang Puck. It's a new documentary coming out on June 25th on Disney Plus. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if it'll be. I assume it's different from his event planning company,
Right, which was
show.
interesting.
Yeah, I like that one too.
It was fun.
So more Wolfgang for us.
Yeah.
If you guys like our show, please rate our show and subscribe to our show. That helps us out a lot.
It does.
And tell them what else they should do.
We're going to see you next week.